Greetings, fellow humans. I am Hugh.
And I am Man.
And together we are definitely not
Two
kobolds in a trench coat. We enjoy human activities, such as paying taxes,
having existential crises,
and RPG horror stories. Let's see what we've got today. On today's episode, we've decided to read something a little different. We're going to be reading off a thread which includes a lot of responses from problem players in games. So enjoy.
Special Case, Responses from Problem Players by Reddit user World Gone Away. When people share stories of problem players in this sub, a common comment from the post is, "Have you tried taking that player aside and talking to them?" In general, I do. Sometimes it works out great, but sometimes it actually does very little to stop the problem player from doing the offensive behavior. I usually give them only 2 or 3 strikes before I straight up kick them out, unless it's particularly bad. Think about some of the stuff that problem players end up saying to try to somehow downplay or vindicate the stuff they do. How many of them have you fallen for? How many of them have you kicked out before they could explain themselves? What follows is a list of some of the things that those players said in response to me telling them to knock it off. Some NSFW. Sorry, I didn't realize that role-playing a character was a federal offense.
I think you'll find it is. We are actually federal cringe inspectors. You're under arrest.
I mean, with some of the stuff that we've read, yeah, actually, they are kind of federal offenses.
Well, I guess I didn't realize I was playing with a bunch of children. Maybe you guys should grow up. I don't care if I've hurt any of their feelings. We're supposed to be adults here.
That's literally the most childish thing you could say.
You just literally envision screaming, "I'm an adult!"
Right. I love it. We don't care about your feelings. Like, that's literally what children do. Being an adult means caring about other people's feelings. Oh, yeah, I didn't realize that was going to bother her. Should I apologize? Context. His character tried to essay another PC. He apologized and just did it again to an NPC. I kicked him.
I mean, I kind of hope you did kick him. Literally. Not just figuratively. You should actually kick him for that. If he is so unaware that he thinks a woman wouldn't mind being SA'd, then he deserves that kick.
Didn't realize it was going to offend her. Should I apologize? That's the... what?
Oh, he's got a problem with what I did? Well, when we get back in there, I'm going to give him a reason to have a problem. Kicked.
Tell you, some people just, like, have no self-awareness of how they sound. Like, oh, you're crying? I'll give you something to cry about.
Hashtag boomer dads.
Boomer parents in general. Hey, it's not my fault that I've actually played this module before. The puzzle should be obvious anyway. These guys are not paying attention. I don't think that that means that I'm metagaming. You should be better at giving hints anyway.
Well, that's just rude. A lot of people will have played the module before in other groups. If you have, it is obviously better to just take a bit more of a backseat for certain problems and let the people experiencing it for the first time enjoy it and enjoy the problem solving.
If you've done it before, then the best thing to do is to just get a little bit more in character and be like, well, my character's never done this before, so how would they react? And if you feel like you can't control that, then yeah, take a back seat. Let everybody else have a little bit of fun.
Perfect time to play a low intellect barbarian cliche. You know, my dad owns the shop, and if you don't like the way I'm playing, I could very easily have you guys banned for life. Not only did I kick them, their dad actually grounded them for that threat. LOL.
Backfired.
At least the dad had some sense to actually discipline the child for trying to be a nepo baby. A microscale nepo baby, but still.
Hashtag dad goals. That's absolutely what you do in response to your kid being like, my dad'll do this to you because he owns this store. Like, oh, I will? Let's see. So, good job, Dad. That is going to be the dumbest effing thing I've ever heard. Did those guys even know how an internal combustion engine works? He very vociferously contested the other players rigging an engine back together and insulted their intelligence loudly before I pulled him out of the room.
Hey, not everyone's a mechanic, okay? Most of us just understand that fuel goes in, car goes boom. It's not being dumb, it's just not in your area of expertise.
Yeah, not everybody knows how an internal combustion engine works. In fact, I would say that probably the majority of people don't know the ins and outs of an internal combustion engine.
I don't care that he doesn't like it. As far as I'm concerned, I don't need to respect the feelings of anybody who's voting for Obama.
Oh God. Yes, bring politics into D&D, why don't you?
I mean, that one really deserved a redneck accent, let's be honest.
Yeah, that's basically the most redneck thing that anybody could say. Oh, I didn't realize that they were related. Can I still do that? Tried getting 2 sibling PCs into a 3-way.
Oh, no. Someone definitely clicked on the wrong website. They were clearly looking for, what is it called? Horn Pub. Somehow found themselves on Roll20.
Jesus Christ, I love that. Oh, I didn't realize they were related. Can we still do it?
Look, I passed calculus in high school. I'm not some sloth in math, and I know for a fact that there is no way that he beat me on that check. Trying to stop PvP started an argument about math.
I mean, I would really love to know the context of that somebody would pull calculus out as a way for them to be like, yeah, I know how to math. I mean, to be fair, I never actually did do calculus because I was homeschooled and I was terrible at math, but I do know basic math and I do just fine in D&D.
I can do math, me. I literally just suspect he had a very high modifier and thought there's no way he could lose. And there's almost always a margin, sometimes a very slim margin, in which you can lose.
Hey, I know you're the DM, but I really think that there shouldn't be any zombies in this setting.
Well, screw you. DM will zombie what he wants.
I mean, zombies are always a welcome addition to any campaign.
I don't think I'm out of line. I have every right to get mad. They have no business telling me to calm down, and I'm not gonna stand for it. That's disgusting, and you're disgusting for being into it. Listen, you're the bad guy that decides to run ahead and get in melee range of a black pudding, failed the grapple check, you didn't try to escape for 4 rounds. Getting dissolved is something that happens in those situations. Why'd you even think it was a kink?
I don't even know what to say to that.
Sounds like somebody thought that gelatinous cube meme of the woman and the guy coming back from the date and the woman's a gelatinous cube, starts taking off her clothes and just reveals bones inside of her. Is that what they thought gelatinous cubes were?
I don't know. And I really don't want to know what their search history is if they think that something like that is a kink. I seem to have made a big mistake. Can you maybe ask them to leave? I know I bothered them, but I really am having too much fun with everything else to want to be the one to leave.
Okay, don't really know what to say to that. Just, if the DMs thinks you're the problem, you're probably the problem. Probably, not necessarily, but sounds like someone was the problem, and I think it's more important the rest of the group keeps having fun rather than them.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, I made a mistake. Can you ask them to leave so that I don't have to, even though I was the one in the wrong?
I knew you were planning this from the start. You sneaky, slimy monster of a person! How dare you single me out! They refused to leave after getting killed during a PvP they started.
The victimhood is strong with this one.
Easy there, Karen.
I really don't see what the problem is here. People get in car accidents all the time. It's not like they're going to war, getting SA'd or murdered or anything.
Context, maybe? I mean, car accidents can be triggering for some people if they lost a family member, but I'm just confused.
I feel like this person caused a car accident that, seriously hurt a bunch of players, is my guess. And I really would like to know the full story on that one, because that just sounds kind of very interesting.
I just killed the party in a car accident on the way here. LOL.
But at least I didn't SA them, or murder them, or make them go to war, so it's no big deal.
Oh, I didn't realize he was gay. Is this character gay too? Facepalm.
Oh god. That's literally all I have to say to that.
Yeah, there's nothing more to say. What? Oh god.
Now that you explain this to me, it all makes sense. But I'm not gonna stop.
Bye then. Yeet.
I love it. I totally get where you're coming from, but, screw you.
Whatever, I do what I want. Okay, I got it. BFNs. Yeah, sorry, my bad. BFNs again. I think I might have a problem.
Okay, this is just almost kind of endearing on a certain level of like, okay, yep, got it. Oops, whoopsie. Oh, I think I might have a problem here. Like, you think?
We'd like to refer you to our new therapy program. That guy's anonymous.
Rehabilitation for that, guys, by real humans. I shouldn't need to change my character's personality because he thinks that I'm creepy.
And for you, we prescribe a personality transplant.
You shouldn't have to change your character's personality just because somebody thinks that you're creepy, but being creepy is not a personality trait, so maybe knock it off.
Do I have the word bad guy tattooed on my forehead or something?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, probably. Or at least you should. Get the branding iron out.
You know, I'm doing you a favor by being in this game. Nobody else knows what they're doing, so you really want to get stuck with that?
Yeah, pretty much. I think we'll take what the newbies are doing if that's going to be your attitude. There's the door.
I hope you can figure out how to use it.
Sorry, I guess I'm just used to a more role-playing, intense atmosphere. They said with this air of unwarranted arrogance while I could still hear the affected player crying in the previous room. Kicked him the F right out of there.
I would also like to know the context for this one. Kind of a version of, it's what my character would do, but like snottier somehow.
Honestly, this is probably SA, abuse, hyper-aggressiveness. It could be any of it. They were clearly way out of line if the other person's crying.
Well then, when are we going to be fighting each other? I thought this was a tournament.
You thought wrong, kiddo. Well, you see, it's not something he was going to miss anyway. Besides, him even knowing I took it is metagaming on his part.
Again, context, but also, did you just steal from a character and then say that they aren't going to miss the thing that you stole in the first place?
Even if they failed the perception check, they're going to notice eventually it's gone.
I love that this person literally committed a crime, and then they're like, oh, but that person's metagaming.
Yeah, it's also poor form to steal from players most of the time, unless it's okayed.
Oh, sorry. I'm completely in the wrong here. It was Chad's game that I regained sanity by sacrificing children. You can understand where I'm coming from. I'm playing the same character in that game too.
I mean, from time to time, I think we could all gain a bit of sanity from sacrificing children.
I think that would be a federal offense.
That one is definitely a federal offense. That's not how I play. They need to deal with it or they can leave.
Or you can leave.
Yeah, you can leave. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Simple utilitarianism.
No. You know what? F you and F him. I'm out. Have fun.
Dude, this guy's got a phobia of amputation. Can you at least retcon your arm for his sake?
Yeah, in this instance, amputation is not armless. In all seriousness, though, if someone has a specific phobia of that, you should probably retcon that to avoid it.
I feel like talking to problem players is a little bit like being an elementary school teacher or preschool teacher where you say stuff that you're like, never thought I'd hear myself say this. Just retcon your arm because this guy has a fear of amputation. Like, that's the most bizarre thing to have to say to somebody.
You can't mistake me for being one of them. You know I'm not like that. We've both been playing for a long time. You can't possibly cave to the will of these neophytes.
I mean, props on using the big words for the day.
You can have a gold star for that one.
Just say noob like the rest of us, bro. You're not better than us. I had no idea what that word meant. I thought he was making fun of me. I just did what I would do normally.
So what you're saying is you're a problem in real life as well as in game.
Somebody just said the quiet part out loud.
It's what my character would do.
Classic.
The absolute classic.
Hey, Hugh.
Yes, man.
Why was the werebat scared to fly outside?
Why was he?
Because every cloud has a silver lining.
And with that, we have definitely not been
Two kobolds in a trench coat.
Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and make the necessary sacrifices to Tiamat. We'll see you next time.